Welcome to the 6th lesson in the Google Ads tutorial series. In this lesson, we're going to cover Performance Max campaigns. Performance Max campaigns are built on Google's AI. They automatically target your ads across Google's advertising network, including search, display, YouTube, Gmail, and more. They also aim to drive as many conversions as possible based on your campaign objectives. We've already covered how to create search campaigns in this tutorial series. If you've missed any of those videos, I've included links in the description below. Okay, let's walk through the steps to set up a Performance Max campaign. Let's head to Google Ads. Now we need to create a new campaign. And let's select the option to create a campaign without guidance. Now we select Performance Max as the campaign type. And we need to choose the goal for our campaign. The goal you choose will be used to optimize your Performance Max campaign. I've already configured a goal for purchases, so I'm going to select this for the campaign. For your campaign, you should choose a goal that aligns with your objective. And if you don't have a goal configured for your objective yet, I recommend setting up an appropriate conversion before creating your Performance Max campaign. I'm going to be advertising my Google Analytics course with this campaign, so I'm going to enter the URL for my course. Now we need to name the campaign. I'm going to name my campaign Courses Performance Max. When you're happy, click Continue. Now you can choose a focus for the way Google Ads will manage bids for the Performance Max campaign. This is different from standard campaigns since Performance Max campaigns are automated. This means we can choose from conversion value or conversions. We can't manually manage bids. For this campaign, I'm going to leave conversion value selected. And I'm going to leave the option to set a target return on ad spend disabled. You can enable this and enter a percentage amount you would like to achieve from each conversion. However, I suggest waiting until you have some conversion data available in your campaign before setting this. You can also enable the option to optimize the campaign for acquiring new customers. This means that your bids will be increased for people who are not identified as being an existing customer. For my campaign, I'm also going to leave this option disabled. And let's click Next. Now we need to choose our location and language targeting for the campaign. We've already covered this in a previous video, so if you missed it, I recommend watching the second tutorial in this series. I've included a link for you in the description below this video. For this campaign, I'm going to select Sydney for my location targeting, but take time to choose a location that works for your campaign and objectives. Let's leave the other defaults and click Next. Google's AI is going to help us create the different elements for our ads. I suggest reviewing the suggestions and making any necessary adjustments to reflect the objective for your campaign. When you're happy, click the button at the bottom to continue to the next step. We now need to create an asset group. An asset group can include images, videos, headlines, descriptions, and other elements to create your ads. You should use an asset group for a specific offer. This might be a specific product or service you want to advertise. For my campaign, I'm going to create an asset group for my Google Analytics course, so the offer is to get people to join the course. All of the assets I add to this group, so all of the images, headlines, and so on, should relate to this offer and encourage people to engage with your ad. I'm going to name my asset group GA Course. We need to enter our business name and choose our company logos. You also have the option to add brand guidelines. This lets you enter your brand colors, font, and other content guidelines for your ads. I'm going to leave the defaults, but you can select this to enter ones for your asset group. Traveling down, we can adjust the URL of our landing page if needed. This is the final URL. We can then enter up to 15 headlines. We can enter up to 5 long headlines. Enter up to 5 descriptions. Next, we can select images. Google Ads will automatically generate images and also scan your landing page for images to use in the asset group. You can select any images that it finds to use with your asset group. And you can also upload images. And select from any images you've recently used in Google Ads. You can select up to 20 images to use in your asset group. We can select up to 15 videos. Google Ads will automatically combine the assets you've entered to create the final ads people see. And since Performance Max campaigns can show across a range of different placements, you can preview some of the combinations people might see on the right. So we can see what our ads might look like on Search, Display, YouTube, Discovery, and Gmail. And we can also see options to add additional assets, including site links and more to our asset group. You will be able to edit and adjust your assets after you've launched your campaign, but take a moment to check over them, and then when you're happy, we can travel down to the next step. Below the asset group, we can see there is an option to define signals. Google Ads will use the signals you select to help understand your ideal audience for the campaign. This means adding audience lists, interests, demographics, and other signals help optimize bids and placements. Just keep in mind that these signals act as suggestions rather than strict targeting rules. We can enter up to 50 keywords to help guide who will see your ads. Again, please remember these keywords are not used for strict targeting. You can then select audiences to help target and optimize your ads. I'm going to add a couple of audience lists to the asset group. I'm going to add an audience that includes people who've converted, and an audience that includes people who've visited my website. Overall, you should aim to add signals that will help Google Ads identify your target audience members. We're going to keep things simple in this tutorial, but if you'd like to learn more about audiences, then please take a moment to check out the links in the description below this video. Now let's click Next. Now we need to select our daily budget. This is the average amount you want to spend each day. Google can spend more or less than the amount you enter, but if you keep the budget the same, then over the course of a month, you won't be charged more than 30.4 times the amount you enter here. So if you enter $10 as your daily budget, then you won't be charged more than $304 for a month. I recommend you assign a budget that you're happy to spend regardless of the results. Whenever you launch a new campaign, you're experimenting. Things might work or they might not, so please consider this as you assign your daily budget. When you're happy, click Next. We're now given a summary for the campaign, and when you're ready, click the button to publish the campaign. We can now see our new Performance Max campaign has been created. In the secondary menu, you can select the options to make adjustments to the campaign. Now that we've launched our Performance Max campaign, Google recommends that we run the campaign for at least 6 weeks so that Google Ads has enough time to begin optimizing the results. This also means it's important that you're happy with the daily budget you defined when you set up your campaign. Remember, you should be comfortable spending the amount regardless of the outcomes. You're experimenting. Now that you've created your Performance Max campaign, I recommend taking the time to create appropriate assets if you haven't already. These will help make your ads more relevant and engaging. You can then monitor the performance of your campaign in your account. To learn even more about Google Ads, please take a moment to check out my course. I've included a link to my course in the description below this video. If you found this video helpful, please like it so I know to make more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.